Finally pass through. Take a seat, cause you can't lose. You can't see the next part of the close. If you not vote, the whole country gonna lose. If you wanna know who are the president for you,
yes.
Yeah. So vote up.
You know, I have to agree with Onage that whenever we gather, since this campaign started, it is filled with love. But that love is built on the foundation of unity. It is built on the foundation of oneness. It is built on the foundation that we aspired for in 1950, that today is at our doorstep, and on September the 1st, we must seal that door by voting in a unified way for the People's Progressive Party Civic. You know, my friends, my respected elders, the greatest dream lies ahead of us. And that dream must be realized in the next 5 years. When our people are united, when our neighborhood is sealed with love, and when opportunity and prosperity is fulfilled in every home and every family. And the next 5 years is about ensuring that the hard work of this 5 years is not lost, but built upon to give you the life you deserve. A life of dignity and honor. A life of pride. And a life in which you and your families can live in quality. You and your family can own things. You and your family can accomplish things. And you and your family can joyfully rejoice in your home, our home, Guyana. You know, Daniel is sitting here. Siram. Last elections when he came to Alexander Village, although it was hometown, he was ducking coming. Now today, look at the smile on his face because he is in a place of progress, a place of development, a stage of unity, a stage of patriotism, and a stage of development. You know, I could have listened to the Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce for much longer, because this is what teamwork is about. To hear her speak on the policies of different sectors, it was like a great fulfillment, because you can't win anything without a good team. And one of the fortunate things about the last 5 years is that we were able to put together a remarkable team that worked hard every single day for the people of this country. And the question about whether you are paid to come like others have to do, and you made it clear, no. I want you to know that your choice was well placed. And your payment will come. It will come with harder work from your president. It will come with more opportunities for you and your family. It will come for a stronger and safer community. It will come in the form of a safer country, a healthier country, a more prosperous country, a more educated country, a more uplifting country, a more unified country. That is how your payment will come. My friends, when you speak about development, Alexander Village and all of the communities here, you're surrounded by development. You have become the epicenter of the transformation that is taking place. Just look around you. Look at what is encircling your village. Hotels, malls, hospitals, industrial development, manufacturing, services, warehousing, new housing, expanded stadium, and soon to come, a small business development complex where our mechanics, where our spray painters, where our bottom house operation will go in a facility developed by the government. Because your quality of life depends on your quality of neighborhood. And we want, when you come home from work, that you can live in a quality neighborhood. That is why that small business development complex of 30 acres will provide security, safety, services, infrastructure for all our small businesses to be relocated to. So the small spray painting shop, the bottom house operations, the trucks that are parked in the narrow roads, creating conflict in the community, within the next year, all of that will go to a well-developed site that you will be able to continue your business and live in peace within your community. And who are going to work in the hotels? It is your children. Who are going to work in the hospitals, in the malls, in the industrial sites, in the manufacturing complexes? Who are going to work in the warehousing, in the expanded stadium? And we are not only providing the systems and opportunities for the private sector, we are working to give you all the opportunity to work in those sectors too. Today, in this country, any young person who wants to become a nurse, your government will train you, graduate you, and guarantee you employment and give you a full subsidy whilst we train you. All of this free of cost. Name one government in the world, some pumping oil for the last 100 years and cannot do this. Any single citizen who wants to be a pharmacist, an engineer, a technologist, an agriculturist, an entrepreneur, any citizen who wants to be an accountant, who wants to be a business manager, any citizen who wants to be a dental technician, a patient care personnel, we are giving you that opportunity free of cost. And let me say that since we announced Free University of Guyana education, the application has gone over the skies. But we are not sitting back and watching that take place. I said to the ministers just a few days ago that I want us to get all those who applied to do medicine and engineering, all those who applied to do pharmacy and dentistry, all those who applied in areas that we have limited space, and we're going to work with the local universities, the private universities, to ensure that they don't have to wait, but that they will be registered in those universities and get the opportunity. Our government is not about problem. Our government is about problem solving. Our government is about finding solutions. It's about building a stronger infrastructure for a stronger Guyana. And my friends, I want to spend a few moments with you tonight to tell you some of the things that you're voting for on September the 1st. outside of the program that we have already announced. And I want to say this. Yes, old age pension will increase. Yes, there will be more grants. Yes, there will be more support to school children. Yes, there will be support for transportation. Yes, there will be support for the elderly. Yes, there will be support for families. Yes, there will be support for single parent-led household. Yes, there will be support for small businesses. Yes, there will be support for industrial development and manufacturing. Yes, there will be support for every segment of the Guyanese population. But beyond that is what is important. We live in a complex global environment. We live in a very complex global environment. And the first thing that we have to understand is that our sovereignty and national security is important. When you vote on September the 1st, you're voting for a trusted international partner in this government to take care of our sovereignty and national security. Never before in the history of this country have we formed so many strategic security partnership and alliance to defend our sovereignty and our national security interests. We have alliance with France. We have alliance with every single CARICOM state. We are now a member of the RSS, the regional security system. We have alliance with Colombia. We have alliance with the United States, with Canada, with UK, with the Middle East, with India. We have been able to form the most inclusive, broad-based security partnership for Guyana in the last 5 years. And this is important. It is important that we have a magnitude of partners. It is important that we can rely on these partners to support us in our national defense and security. And when you vote on September the 1st, you are voting for a renewal of those partnerships. You are voting for an expansion of those partnerships. You are voting to ensure that our country remains safe with these partnerships we have worked hard on creating. When you vote on September the 1st, you're voting so the plans that we have to improve our port security, the plans we have for the formulation of an integrated security system to fight drug trafficking and other illicit activity with our partners in the US, our partners in Colombia, our partners in Suriname, and our partners in the RSS. You are voting to ensure that that integrated partnership is formulated to make Guyana safe, to keep our borders safe, and to ensure that our country is leading on the security front. When you vote on September the 1st, you are voting for a modern security system. A security system that will incorporate the latest technology to remove the inefficiencies that exist in our current security architecture, so that it's not reliant only on human, but that human biases can be eliminated and technology can support your safety, your family safety, your business safety, and our country's safety. When you vote on September the 1st, you're voting for stability in our energy equation. The world's most complex problems are that of energy security, climate security, and food security. When you vote on 1st of September, you're voting for a clear strategy that will ensure the price of fuel at the pump does not go up as it is going up worldwide, to ensure that cooking gas in your house, the prices come down, to ensure that the prices of electricity is cut by half. You're voting to ensure that there is a government in place that knows how to adjust the taxes and remove the taxes so that imported inflation is not passed on to the consumer. You are voting now, as you see now, we have the lowest prices at the pump in the entire region. You are voting to ensure a stable energy sector, one in which there will be no translated price increases at the extraordinary levels that are taking place globally. And how are you achieving this? How are you guaranteeing this? You're voting not only to have the current plans of the first energy, natural gas energy plant coming on stream, but a second plant is already planned, because we are seeing the growing demand and what lies ahead of us when that price comes down and everyone get on the grid, and then everyone want to come here to do manufacturing, agro-processing, the building out of data center, the demand that will come with a new Silica City that will be connected to your village, you being connected to the new highway. We are voting for these things on the 1st of September. When you vote on the 1st of September, you're voting to ensure the stability of your transport costs. A government that knows how to intervene by policy measures to maintain the cost of transport, because transportation takes a good chunk of your monthly budget. But not only that, you're voting to ensure that there will be specific measures to support our children, to support the pensioners, to reduce their cost of transportation by direct support. You're voting for better roads, for greater efficiency in the transport system. You're voting to ensure that the ownership of your personal transportation is made easier by reduced taxes. You're voting to ensure that policies are put in place that will allow a safer roadway, because a safe transport system saves lives. When you vote on the 1st of September, you're voting for a government that understands how to develop monetary policies, fiscal policies that are important in dealing with imported inflation, that are important in dealing with inflation that is outside of the control of the government. We can speak as long as we want, but if there is war in Ukraine, and if there is war in the Middle East, which is a transport route to move fertilizer and to move grains, the prices are going to go up. And if the price goes up, then everything that is dependent on fertilizer and grain will grow up. What we have to do then is to control those prices by investing. And that is why we are doing our own fertilizer plant. That is why we are planting thousands of acres of corn and soya, so we can produce our own feed, our own grains right here in Guyana. That is why we're experimenting with the production of wheat, so that we can avoid those imported inflation costs and control the cost structure. It doesn't come fancifully or crying about the problem. It comes from real policies, real initiative. It comes from understanding the broader issues and developing policies that are directed to addressing these problems that are external in nature but have great internal implications. That is why our country is gaining more and more global recognition. That is why today, one of the best in food management and processing, Bloomberg Grain, they are working with us on making Guyana a regional food hub, on incorporating our food production system with that of northern Brazil, so we can be the value creator here in Guyana, and we can take wider markets, larger markets from investment that will be done here in Guyana. That is what we're talking about, my friends. We're talking about investing in an agriculture system that would make us the livestock capital of the world. But not only making us that, by co-investing so that our young people will own the largest prawns production farm, the largest shrimp production farm. Our young people will own the production of the food that we are going to send throughout the region. And these are not dreams. These are things that we are already implementing. Look at Angawak. Go and see what we are doing there. By the end of this year, that facility will turn over $1 billion of production. In 3 years, we are going to develop that facility to turn over more than $5 billion of production. And we are going to turn over the ownership of that facility to the people of this country by giving them the opportunity to go invest. And when you want to talk about the growth of our tourism sector, the growth in arrival, the most complaint I get between 1 to 3 in the morning are text messages from person coming in the country. You have to do something here. The place is too crowded. The lines are going beyond the door. We are doing something about it. We are going to build the second terminal right there in Timeri, a modern Terminal 2. That is what we are doing. This is the future. This is the country you're voting for on September the 1st. You are voting for progress, prosperity, development. You're voting for honor and dignity. My friends, when you vote on September the 1st, you're voting for a government that knows how to operate in this new international order. Only today, you saw the press release that is of a geopolitical importance, where countries are now affected because of arrangements they have with other countries. This is a new geopolitical environment in which we are operating. You're voting for a government that can hold its own, a government that can present itself and represent itself in these complex matters and complex issues. Trade negotiations. Today, we are one of few countries when the trade tariffs were announced. We were able, without in the limelight, without shouting, to bring it down from 35% to 15% already, and the discussions are continuing. Look at what is going on with much bigger and complex countries, and look at where their negotiations are, and look at what we have been able to accomplish. But in this country, that would never make the headline. You're voting for a government that can navigate this complex trade, global trade environment. A government that can navigate this competitive environment for capital mobilization to finance projects. And that is why this government has earned the confidence of the global financial system. You have Citibank expressing their interest to come very soon to open a representative office here in Guyana. You have every single major international fund and every single major banking system, sovereign wealth fund. They are coming after us, after opportunity, because they trust us. They trust our financial system. They trust our plan. They trust our policies. And you're voting for a government that can work in such an international environment to get these major investors, to get their attention first of all, then to win their confidence, then to incentivize the system to bring their investment here. That is no walk in the park. That is hard, tedious work. That is complex negotiations. And I say to you tonight that there is only one party that can do this. That is your party, the People's Progressive Party Civic. So my friends, beyond the community security with lights, CCTV cameras, more agility in the police force with outposts within the community itself, better sanitation, concrete drains in the next 5 years, sidewalks and walkways, the beautification of your community, jobs, community development, ownership of homes, making it easier, making it simpler, making it less costly, business support, drainage and cash transfers. Beyond all of that, that you will continue to get, are these big critical issues that we must deal with, that a government must be capable of handling. You're voting on September the 1st for a government that is leading the world on climate. Today, we are not playing second to any. Today, we are the authority on tropical forests. Today, we are leading the world on climate security. Today, you cannot speak about food security without speaking about Guyana leadership. You cannot speak about climate security without speaking about Guyana leadership. You cannot speak about energy security without speaking about Guyana leadership. Why is that? It is because we have positioned Guyana in pole position globally. And on September the 1st, those are the things that matter about a country that is not punching below its weight, but a country that is punching above and winning whilst it's punching. Young people, you have to decide what type of country you want to inherit and leave. Our elders, our grandparents and parents, they have made enough of a sacrifice so that today you can enjoy the luxuries that they wish they had. But now we have to decide whether we throw that luxury away, whether we throw the opportunity away, or whether we secure these opportunities by working harder, working smarter, and embracing a political party with a vision, with a track record, with a competence, with the experience, with the knowledge, with the craft, like the People's Progressive Party Civic. You're voting on the 1st of September because your country's leadership now in this region is second to none. Because today, your country is leading this region, and your country has the opportunity to create a future in food security, energy security that is second to none. But more importantly, you're voting for a country that is investing in its healthcare system, not to make it the best system for Guyana, but the best system for this region, so that people from this region will come here and seek medical attention, because we are building a healthcare system to be a contributor to economic wealth and job creation. You know, with free education, a lot of our young people will become doctors. I am not going to call any country name, but do your research And you can see what poor planning led to. We are building a healthcare system in which the jobs of those who are qualifying themselves will and must be secure. It is useless for us to have 6,000 doctors coming down the road, and we are not building a healthcare infrastructure to manage and harness that talent. And the way we can manage and harness that talent is to create a health ecosystem in this country that will encourage health tourism, medical tourism, and position our country as the destination. Whether you want to do cardiac surgery, whether you want stroke rehabilitation, a nose job, a face job, a hand job, a head job, whatever you want, plastic surgery, cosmetic surgery, we are building the infrastructure so Guyana will be the destination for those services, because that is where the world is going. That is the future. We are talking about a country in which our education system will not only be the pride of Guyana, but our education system will be the pride of this region. Already we are building the Guyana Digital School that will make education available 24/7. Your children will be able to learn from home, and it will be an equalizing force. Because the best math teachers and English teachers, the best will be on that system, and all our children will be able to sign into that system by the click of a finger. By the click of a finger. The future we are talking about is one like when you go out to Citizen Bank ATM card, the ATM machine out here. When you go out there, how easy it is to withdraw your money. Well, that is what we are building. We are building systems like those. So when you're ready to renew your driver's license, you go out there, you renew it right at the kiosk. You don't have to go join a line, line up, park, look for parking. You want to pay your electricity bill, you don't have to go and line up a GPL and then hope that somebody will wake up on the bad mood, in a bad mood, and vex because you paying your own bill. We are building the kiosks so you can leave your home, walk to the street head, make your payment. We are building a financial system, a payment system that you will lie down in your bed when you come home from work and you can transfer money from your husband's account to your account. Why is your husband sleeping? Why is your husband snoring? You transferring. We are building a system where your small business owner can sell in their shop, lock up their shop when they go in their bed, and they're ordering from the next day by the power of a card with technology backing them. That is the future we are building. That is the future you're voting for on the 1st of September. A future that is technologically driven, technologically supported. A future in which our women, and we have to ensure that we build stronger and stronger system for the protection of our women. That is why the future we are talking about is where women who are subjected to domestic and other form of violence, that they will have a panic button that is integrated in a national security system. And once they have one report in the system, they're given this device and they press the button, and that is registered in a security platform so they can get help. We don't want a future where we have to get our hard-working policemen and women to stand up in the sun with a speed gun, stopping the cars, and then you're accusing them of all kind of thing. We are building a future where in the comfort of your car, if you break the law, you can get your ticket. Because we have to build a responsible future, one in which there is dignity to life, one in which one life is all of our life. Safer roadways, that is the future we're talking about. A future where you're guaranteed no new taxes, but reduction and removal of more taxes. A future in which disposable income will invest in every family, in every community, to increase the opportunities to enhance disposable income. A future in which our young people who are young professionals, and these communities have a lot of young women who go to teach, who go to work, and they have to worry, where am I leaving my children? They have to worry about finding the money to hire child care persons. We're talking about a future where the government will invest in child care and child-friendly environment in communities so you can leave your children safely and go to work. So my friends, we are talking about a future where technology will be deployed at scale. A future in which human capital development will be at the center of our investment. Not only education, but co-investing with you, creating opportunities, ensuring that our human capital is adequately and optimally deployed, but not only optimally deployed, but optimally compensated. You're talking about a future within the next 5 years where all the nurses who left, they are going to come back, because what we are going to give our nurses here will make no sense for them to be anywhere else. Our pharmacists, our doctors, our teachers, our laborers, already our construction workers, they're all coming back. Why are they coming back? They're coming back because we are building stronger and better. And Guyana today is the land of opportunity. So my friends, the future is bright. The future is beautiful. And I want you to know that that future is secure with every single vote for the People's Progressive Party Civic. And I want to say this. Our religious community, our churches, our mosques, and our temples, and other religious organizations must play a part in this future. Because if we build a future in which we forget who we are, in which we lose the values that make us Guyanese, in which we lose our humility, and in which we succumb to greed and arrogance, we will be destroyed. That future must be underpinned on principles and values that make us stronger, more unified. That future must be built on the foundation of love and respect. That future must be built on the foundation of honor. And we will transfer resources directly to the religious community in helping to build that future. There has never been, and I can tell you this, I had the opportunity to speak to many, many leaders. There have never been a time in history when one country presents so much opportunity. But at the end of it all, it is leadership. It is vision. And it is hard work that will take us there. And this is what I assure you all. Hard work, longer hours, together we are better. So let's move forward together for a better Guyana by voting on September the 1st for the People's Progressive Party Civic, putting your X in the box next to the cup at the top and your X in the box next to the cup at the bottom, winning the government, winning the region. God bless you. God bless you. God keep you. And God make his face to shine upon us all as a people and as a country. I thank you very much. I love all of you. All of you, baby.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I love you too. So tonight, I wish to thank all of you for being here. The reason we switched the order is I have to leave, but I could not avoid being here tonight to talk to you. I have to get back to Freedom House, and I wanted to come here just to speak to you for a short while, to bring some key messages to you. First of all, these elections are important elections for our nation. We have a golden opportunity to break the back of racism in this country. Right across Guyana, people are coming, supporting, and joining our family. People of every race, every religion, every gender. And we'll march forward to a massive victory on the 1st of September and demonstrate to this country that we can overcome racism. We would strike a blow to racism in this country. We're the only party now, when you look at our crowds, they reflect Guyana. And this has come about largely because we have kept our promises to all the people of Guyana. We have fulfilled every single one of those promises we made in 2020. We have overcome all of the barriers and the hardships and the obstacles. And today, we go to these elections with great credibility. We go to these elections with the only party that has serious plans for the future, plans that you can believe. You know, when we put it down on a piece of paper, that it would actually be implemented. Plans that will change your lives, your children's life, that will ensure prosperity for all the people of our country. For those who need help, whether it's to build a house, get a piece of land, build a house, or improve their homes, they will get it. For the children of our country, you will get our full support in the next term. Parents, pensioners, every group of Guyanese. You're going to get some of the best health care in the world and world-class facilities right back in your communities. We'll address all of the issues that we have been unable to address in the 5 years, although 2 years were taken away by COVID. We will come back and address them, picking up the garbage, concrete drains, putting lights in your community, security cameras, so we can raise our children in safety. Our families can be united and go out in the evening and have recreation in safe environment. That is the sort of government that we want and the country we want, and only the PPP can deliver that. But to deliver that future, you need the right party in place, and you need the right leaders. And even if you could believe for a moment the plans or the things that APNU is saying, the promises they're making, and you really have to go to the madhouse if you believe what they're saying. Because in 2015, they promised even more and delivered nothing. So, if you for a moment even believe their promises, and you have to then think about capability of leaders to implement plans. Irfan Ali, Mark Phillips, and that's the only real point I came here today to talk about. This man who is on this stage here today as our presidential candidate, who has been our president for 5 years, and Brigadier Mark Phillips, who is now in the Berbice River, speaking at a meeting that we have there. Look at these two individuals, and look at the team that supports them. Compare them with the other parties. On one hand, you have Norton, the presidential candidate of APNU. Norton, in his whole career, including in the 5 years under APNU government from 2015 to 2020, never managed even a department of the government, much less the future of this country and the presidency of this country. He had a job, a designation, but not even an office. He spent more of his time at Bam Bam Ali than in the office. That was his office, I was told. And he used to fight with one of our activists, Alicia, all the time, because I don't want to talk about other things about him tonight, although he says a lot of bad things about me. So, Jureta Finance, their prime ministerial candidate, was Nagamutu's secretary. And Ganesh Mahibal, their vice presidential candidate, was a junior staff in the Ministry of Local Government. How could anyone in Guyana put the future of their children or their own futures in the hands of these three people? How could you ever do that? They have no experience in managing even a department of government, much less a country and a presidency with all of its complexities. You have to deal on a daily basis with a whole range of issues. You have to keep the country safe from external aggression. You have to represent us abroad. And none of them have even an iota of capability to do that. And then on the other hand, you have, so there are 4 parties now that are contesting against us that came out of APNU and AFC. Jureta, the Simona Brooms, what's the other one? Amanza Walton, Nigel Hughes, and Norton. They're the same political party, APNU, AFC. And then you have Win. Win has even less experience than they have. The only experience he has is spending his father's money and smuggling gold, depriving the people of this country of large amount of taxes and many other things that you will see will emerge, has been emerging and will emerge in the future. Right now, he has issued a statement, the father, that he did not go to the Venezuelan embassy recently. You know, several US congressmen said he's Maduro's puppet and that they work closely with Venezuela. Recently, the foreign minister had reason to summon the Venezuelan ambassador and ask him, why did this happen? This gentleman poses a national security risk. And he was told by the ambassador that they are applying for a visa to Venezuela. Why are the Mohammeds applying now for a visa to Venezuela of all countries in the world? Because Venezuela does not have an extradition treaty with the United States of America. And the links are being formulated. Watch about it. Watch what will happen over the next few days, because I hope he will deny that too, because there is video evidence of the Mohammeds going into the Venezuelan embassy. But even that apart, how could you put your future in the hands of someone who has never managed anything, who can't read a statement that even if they write it for him, you've seen him perform, can't even read a statement that people put in his hands. He hides from the press. That is the other alternative. And then we come to Irfan Ali and Mark Phillips. Now, starting with Mark Phillips. Mark Phillips has served this country with great distinction. He was the head of our army. He commanded large numbers of troops. Mark Phillips can represent us anywhere in the world with distinction. He is not sanctioned. He can meet with any leader. He's a hard worker. And then Irfan Ali. Irfan Ali came to the presidency with number of years of experience, a young man, academically trained at the highest level, enormous experience at his young age. He had multiple years managing substantial portfolios before he came to the presidency. In the presidency in itself, he has led our country to one of the most prosperous era in our entire history in the last 5 years. Under his leadership, we're the fastest growing economy in the world. We are now the envy of the world. We're achieving great things. We're transforming this country. He has spoken at the UN, is respected by many leaders around the world. He has served us with distinction in CARICOM. He has kept us safe against the Venezuelan aggression. This is what our candidate represents here sitting on this stage. Look at him, young man still, but has all that experience. So the choices are clear when you come. Even if they had plans that you could believe, and they don't have any plans for the future, we're the only party. You have to put your future, your children's future, in the hands of the experienced people, and the only two experienced candidates we have now are Mark Phillips and Irfan Ali. There is no choice, regardless of who you supported in the past, regardless of your race or religion. That's the only choice we have on the 1st of September. So let us go back to our communities and carry this message. Do not put our children's future at risk. Do not put our own future at risk. These are the only leaders we can support. The People's Progressive Party is the only party that is a national party and will lead this country to that future that we all want. So thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for your full support. Thank you for what will happen on the 1st of September. Thank you very much. Give it up for the VP! Yeah!
We read and we read and we read and we. Let me acknowledge His Excellency. Let me acknowledge the councillors. And most of all, let me acknowledge you, the supporters of the PPPC. Every meeting, every public meeting, every rally, every time we meet up together, one thing, as I was reflecting, characterizes our meetings and our gatherings, and that is that of pure joy. Pure joy. And that is what is difficult to replicate in all the other meetings that you're seeing. It's the joy, the red wave, the red joy. And I was thinking, there must be a reason why, and there's several reasons. But what has really happened is we were working, so much was happening these past 5 years, that these meetings have presented us an opportunity to really sit back and talk about our accomplishments as a nation. We sit back and we are talking about it and we're like, wait, 4,500 kilometers of road just by public works alone? So they said don't talk about the roads, bridges, and the hospitals. We got to talk about them because what we are seeing is 10 years of development with the roads, with the bridges, with the hospitals, with the schools, with the hotels. We are seeing 10 years of development in just, I would say, 3 years, because 2 of that was COVID. And so this is a lot to celebrate. And so when we meet together, and we, especially after crawling out and limping out, coming out of the 2015, 2020 period, and what you find is we are reignited with hope. A bright bridge, that towering bridge over there is a beacon of hope. We come out of 2015 and we look on it and it is a symbol of the hope that we have not misplaced our hope in the PPPC government by giving them a chance in 2020, giving us a chance. And every single new road, every single new bridge, every state-of-the-art hospital, every road, every bridge, every school is a beacon and a symbol of hope. And you know what it is? That is what ignites our joy, because we know that the best of it is yet to come. The best of it is yet to come. Who gets tired of living in hope? Who gets tired of living in hope? None of us. So this joy is coming from the hope that has sprung up out of a period of hopelessness. And, you know, comrades, doing all of this, Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali, our president, made it look easy. In fact, I think, sir, sorry to say this, but it's your fault for all these fly-by-night parties coming up, because you make it look too easy. You make it look too easy. And I could tell you, I sat in his cabinet, so I had a unique perspective of how hard this president works for all of us. The 5 o'clock in the morning cabinet, because he justified, because we said, okay, if we do from 5 to 7, the rest of the day we get to work. Nobody talking about sleep yet. But the thing is, he leads from the front. And this is the leadership that I really want to talk about. A leadership that displays competence and capability, and a leadership that displays heart and love for the people. The president, like I said, makes it look very easy, but running a country is complex. You look around and see the geopolitical movements all across, from the Middle East to the north, south, all around. Geopolitical complexities. And our president sits down in the United Nations. Just 2 days ago, he was speaking with the secretaries of Commerce and Interior of the United States, speaking about his priorities for this country, for all of us, in agriculture, in security, and trade, among other things. And navigating those things, you can't not know what you want when the people them come and ask you about issues. I will just identify one because I want you to hear from our president, from your president. So I wouldn't stay long here. I want you to hear his heart and vision for your future. But let me just say that when you vote and when we rely on him, he is a leader that displays competence and capability. You've heard the vice president speak about his experience. So he's no fly by night. And we could talk all night about his experience, the kind of training and experience that he has had from the time he was in his teens. But when you talk about competence and talking about having discussions with the United States, who is one of our strongest allies, and the United Kingdom, and they ask and they say, because that's what they do, right? Remember, I have this perspective. They say, sir, because they really, you got to know, you got to have your head on. You got to know what you want for your people. And if you're not able to articulate what you want and what your priorities are, then both Ghana falls. You know what I mean? So, but my president, your president, is able to command that room, command those meetings. And so, for example, yes, he deserves a clap for that. You look at him, he has an easy smile and an easy laugh, but he's no joke. He got an easy smile and an easy laugh, but he is no joke. When he gets into a room, so I will pick just agriculture. So I will give you a scenario that will come out of one of these meetings, and one of them he just had. They say, Mr. President, what are your priorities for Guyana in the next 5 years for agriculture? What do you want to see done? Remember, these are your international partners, and they're testing you to see if you really got your head on. And so, imagine if, so they asked our president that. Imagine if they had asked for agriculture, right? They asked Norton that. Norton will say, well, I heard him say this in his press conference. The plan for agriculture is for us to use the oil money to develop agriculture. Story done. Story done. So I'm like, okay, there must be more coming. No, nothing coming. Let me ask Hughes that, because recently he weighed in on the matter. So, Mr. Hughes, what would your plans for the country for agriculture? Well, I think that the plan for agriculture in the country is that we should rename the Ministry of Agriculture the Ministry of Food Security. Story done. So, Mr. Mohammed, what are your priorities for agriculture in Guyana? Very shortly, soon? Come on. Now you ask Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, sir, what has been happening in Guyana with agriculture? Well, let's say, when we got into government in 2020, the agriculture sector was on a decline. Shrimp was on a decline. Rice was on a decline. Crops was on a decline. Rice farmers had to pay thousands of dollars in fees and taxes. Everything was on a decline. No fisheries, no meat production, out, obliterated. The entire sector was on a decline. And so my vision, I'm speaking as Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, is that we are going to start high-value crops through the Youth and Entrepreneurship Innovative Program, where we're going to be bringing broccoli and curry, soya, and more. They got plenty more, but I got just 3 more. Let me give you. And also, we have to be self-sustaining and self-sufficient for poultry, because when we import our feed, it is too much money, and then the cost of chicken and poultry and livestock is too much. So I'm going to dedicate 30,000 acres to produce corn and soya, so we'll be able to get a feed millet. I ain't done yet. I'm not finished yet. We're gonna bring in, so shrimp production has reduced. We got prawn production. We got all these hotels, these foreigners, and even Guyanese people. Our palate is getting sophisticated. We want our prawns and shrimp, but it's too expensive to import. So I'm gonna bring in the technology from Asia that people say can't be done anywhere, and we're gonna make brackish water shrimp in cages, and we're gonna do a pilot project in the ponds of Kapui, and we're gonna bring increase. I ain't want to talk no more. They got plenty more examples, but y'all get the idea. Our president, he gets down to the details in every single sector. This is just agriculture. I can do it so for oil and gas. I can do so for infrastructure. We can do so for public, everything, tourism. He can do it for everything. Now, this is the competent leadership that we should be voting in. And let me close with speaking about the heart of the man that I have been privileged to work closely with. So not only is he capable, he stands head and shoulders above his peers. As young as he is, many of them look up to him. Already, we know that he has gotten several awards and accolades for driving food security in our country. Driving Guyana, his vision is to make sure that Guyana is a food hub for the Caribbean, for the region, and further afield. And so we know that these things are going to happen. But I also want to talk about the man who works so tirelessly, goes to bed, I've never heard him say he's going to bed, but sleeps, hardly sleeps, is up at 4 o'clock in the morning, going on the war for the fisher folk, dragging his cabinet. I admit, I was dragged. But he's always leading from the front. And it's because he has a heart for you and me. He has a heart and love for the people. So when you see people responding, first-time voters, first-time supporters, people are responding. They're not responding because he paid anybody $50,000. We know none of us got paid to come here. None of us. From the day this president stepped into office, he said, I am going to unite this country. We are going to have a philosophy of one Guyana, and we are seeing the people respond. I am going to lead my people with love. And this is exactly what we are responding to, that he is leading with love. And we are seeing that. And hence you can see the different faces, the different races. We're not even seeing color anymore, except for red. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will stop here. But let me emphasize and explain that the difference of a leader with a heart and a leader without a heart is that the leader without a heart takes away the little children money, takes away the Because We Care grant. A leader with a heart gives it back and increases it by 500%. A leader without a heart increases taxes on the poor and even puts taxes on the donkey cart man. A leader with a heart removes that burden of taxes from the poor and replaces it with subsidies on electricity, fuel, gas, subsidies for the pensioners' water and electricity. Just replaces it with love, with more and more things. And you will find in the 2012 in 2025 and beyond, that more and more of these programs will be dispensed to put more wealth in your pocket. But just know that you have a leader who wakes up every morning, works tirelessly, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. Like I said, he's calling cabinet at 5 o'clock in the morning and saying, let's work, let's go to work. And he's always doing it from in front. He's never sitting down in his armchair and sending direction. He is always leading from the front and has kept up this pace for 5 years. How does he do it? It's the love. The love for our people, the love for unity, the love to see that all our people prosper and experience that good life. So I give you a joke. The other day, a woman walks up to me. She said, Minister, oh, you're Minister of Tourism. You know, I met you 5 years ago, and but you look so different. So I'm like, okay, I hope she's saying I look younger or whatever. So I said, why you say I look different? What you mean? She said, yeah, she looked kind of embarrassing, like shameful saying. She said, you look smaller, She goes like, I lose weight. I said, lady, I had to be sprinting for 5 years to keep up with our president. Of course I can lose weight. I can. And that is the experience, my comrades. That keeping up with his president, but it's easy because he leads from the front and he leads with love. So there really is no other way to vote come September 1st. And there is no other way but to vote Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, Dr. Barrett Jagdeo, and Brigadier Mark Phillips back for another 5 years. Let us progress and the transformation continue. Thank you, Alexander Village.
Give it up for Minister.
Alexander Village, you ready? We ready? We wobble. We ready? That is it. I would firstly like to say good evening to our President, Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, and all of our other speakers. Welcome to Alexander Village. Good night to you, my fellow comrades. My name is Keisha Nurse, and I'm a young mother of 2, born and raised right in this community, Alexander Village. Before I move forward, I would like to endorse President Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali for a second term. Tonight, I want to keep my speech short and sweet. Under the PPPC government, we are building a movement that is rooted in truth, fluid by justice, and driven by the will of the people. We are not here to play with people's livelihood. We are here to serve the people because leadership is not about ego and power. It is about responsibility and service to you, all of you. Comrades, the development of our country has experienced it all around us. We are fully equipped with street lights. Our drainage have been upkept under the PPPC government. Take a look at our roads. They are of the best quality. They are at the best quality. Cameras were installed in our community to enhance our security, and all of these developments occur under the PPPC government. I love y'all too. Let's talk about cash grants. that we have all benefited from. They have given us, single mother, the ease of not having to worry where our kids' uniform and school supplies will be coming from, because that has already been taken care of for us. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. These cash grants will just keep increasing because our party do not take back benefits from our citizens like the APNU did from 2015 to 2025. From 2015 to 2020. Comrades, the development we have all seen within our community, in our country, as the PPPC government continues to improve our lives by providing us with newly developed hospitals. Just recently, right here in Region 4, 2 new hospitals, regional hospitals, have been commissioned under our PPPC government. One in Enmore and another in Diamond. Comrades, just imagine you having 3 or more children, and none of them has written CXC as yet. And you're stressing how to get money to pay. But let me tell you, you don't need to stress anymore, because under the PPPC government, up to 8 CXC subjects are absolutely free. And we have comrades right here who have benefited from scholarships and free university education that our president has introduced. Comrades, don't bother with the APNU and the Passwin party and the other parties that are popping out of nowhere to tell you what they will do when it's already done under the PPP Progressive Party Civic. Don't let them confuse you, comrades. Don't let them confuse you. As for Aubrey Compton Norton, knows nothing, and I stand on that. He knows nothing, and I stand on that. And the spoiled rat only knows to steal our taxpayers' money. This is why it matters who we elect. It matters who we hold, leader, accountable, and it matters that we, the people, remain engaged, informed, and active. Let us not be divided by fear, but by lies or by empathy. Let us choose honesty over corruption, service over selfishness, and unity over division. We deserve leadership that listens, that navigates with integrity, and that put people before politics. And you can only get that within the... Thank you, thank you. Remember,
Give it up for people! Alexander Village, are we ready to vote for the People's Progressive Party Civic on September 1st?
got one more question. Alexander Village, are we ready to return Dr. Muhammad Al-Fanali as president for 5 more years? Comrades, it is my distinct pleasure to stand before you this evening to say that as a young black Guyanese, there will always be a bright future for our children. There will always be a bright future for our youth. Once the PPPC is at the helm of leadership in this great nation of ours, the band of misfits in blue and the cabal of geriatrics mass-producing blank checks will try to deceive you. They will try to deceive you in the PPPC's impeccable track record of development. But we must reject them. Now this is for the crew that walk Alexander Village every afternoon. The Coretta McDonald's will say to you, don't worry with the gold scholarships, and will try to dismiss these educational opportunities as a bunch of universities with no value. But comrades, me, you, and over 39,000 people who are now scholars know better. And we know that their lies will not fall upon us. We know that their lies will not fall upon us. We see right through their racist rhetoric. Comrades, our economy was shattered to pieces in the 5 years APNU governed and mismanaged. Over 35,000 jobs lost, and many of us in this community, our businesses closed. We know of this, don't we? Don't we? All around us, families were faced with rising cost of living, and limited sources of income. However, our economy took a sharp turn for the better in the latter part of 2020. We went to the polls and allowed good sense to prevail. And with the return of the PPPC, 60,000 new jobs were created right here in Guyana, right here in Region 4, and very much so for the persons of Alexander Village. We became contractors to improve our own communities right here. Right here. Comrade Keith spoke about the community roads. And if you don't believe my words, comrades, let's take a walk in Agricola. We were there Sunday, but if you want to go back this Sunday, we can go again. We will go again. Let's take a walk in Meadowbank. Let's go for a stroll in Riverview. Let's go for a stroll in Sideline and Yarrow Dam. But, Minister, I don't think we could call it dam no more because we got good roads. Proper drainage. This is what the PPPC is about. This is what we're about as a party, comrades. And comrades, let me go on record tonight to tell you the best is yet to come. The good life the sanctimonious gangster promised you in 2015. The People's Progressive Party Civic has delivered it to you today throughout Region 4 and all the other regions. Comrades, not only is the PPPC the only national and multi-ethnic party in all of this land, we are the only party capable of walking the walk and doing what? And doing what, comrades? And talking to the talk. And talking the talk. The only party who listens to you and acts upon what you would have recommended. Comrades, as I close, while the task is simple, we must not take what is at stake for granted. We must not take it for granted, comrades. Whether they come to you as APNU, AFC, WIN, ALP, remember, it's the same old PNC. It's the same old PNC. Do not be deceived. And when they come to us, we will reject them. And how do we reject them? We reject them with our vote. On September 1st, we must let good sense prevail once again. Comrades, where will you be putting your eggs? By the what? By the what? When I say cup, you say up. Cup! Cup! All right. We'll put an X at the top and another one where? At the bottom on that ballot paper so that we can safeguard our family's future and return Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali as president. The Honorable Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips as our Prime Minister. And none other than the Honorable Dr. Bara Jagdio as our Vice President. I thank you. Give it up for...
He is here in Alexander Village tonight. Look, people! Comrades, this is not a rally. This is a public meeting. But look, people! The People's Progressive Party is the only party that is ready and organized to take government again come September 1st. Under President Ali's leadership, this party has become a national movement. Look at people from every region, every community, every race, every color, under one Guyana supporting our president and our government. And this is because while they say divide, divide, President Ali says unite, unite for a better Guyana. When we wear this red jersey, be proud because it represents progress. It represents prosperity. It represents peace. And it represents a caring party. When they ask us why we're voting for the People's Progressive Party and why we are supporting the People's Progressive Party, tell them because we are seeing betterment under President Ali. Betterment under President Ali. The good life that was promised in 2015, it is here. It is now under the People's Progressive Government. When they ask us why we're voting for the People's Progressive Party, tell them we are voting because we want more roads, we want more jobs, we want more opportunities, we want more health centers, we want more jobs, and we want to support our president because one good term, you know what? No. Because one excellent term deserves another. Tell them Alexander Village is alive. Fly the drone, no! Fly the drone, no! Look, people! Come September 1st, we are taking Region 4. Comrades, I said we are taking Region 4! And I say that with confidence because every region, every community, every village, there's a massive crowd going behind this movement, representing and supporting the People's Progressive Party. And that is all because of President Ali. because of the work he has been doing. I want to say, one cup, one alley, one PPPC, one alley, never two. I am voting for him, and so are you. Thank you so much.
Give it up for the greatest political party in the Caribbean, the People's Progressive Party Civic. But before I commence my presentation tonight, it would be a great injustice to be in Alexander Village and not pay a tribute to my teacher, a man who represented many of us in Alexander Village, a man who was instrumental in many of our career, our late comrade Majid Hussein. Comrades and friends, there is no need to me stand at this podium here tonight and tell you about roads and bridges that was done. Only Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder cannot see that. And my grandmother always tell me, things where you could see daytime, you don't take torchlight and look fit nighttime. Comrades and friends, the only political party that was tested and proven and prevailed over a number of years is the People's Progressive Party Civic. And I'm urging each and every one of you here, the electorate, do not gamble with your vote. How could you gamble with your vote and cast your ex next to a leopard when the head of the presidential secretariat is a dog? There should be charged of human cruelty to animal. Comrades and friends, the People's Progressive Party has a track record. I was scrolling through Facebook and I noticed the APNU had a public meeting at Bam Bam Alley, and the caption was, the young candidates of the APNU defended the track record of the APNU. I wonder what track record they was really speaking about. I was wondering, how could you defend failure? The APNU is a total disaster. Comrades and friends, as my good brother James in the crowd always said, the APNU built one clinic in South, right under the vision of Dr. Muhammad Irfan Ali. The People's Progressive Party Civic is being building 12 special hospitals in this country. How could you compare one clinic to 12 state-of-the-art hospitals? Then they built Durban Park. I don't know what to call it, but I'm going to give them the benefit of the Durban Park. But while building that project, they stole over $600 million that is unaccounted for, that could have been spent in the community to benefit you and your children's life. If anybody in the audience here could tell me which other project was done on the APNU in the last 3 years, y'all tell me now. Comrades and friends, you need to sit and reflect on your life. If your life is better today under the People's Progressive Party than it was under the APNU regime, and I can assure you that's a yes. But all of my colleagues that spoke before me went to 1st of September. I want to talk to all of the joint service officers that are here, the men and women in uniform. Please do remember on the 22nd of August, you're going to the ballot, and only one party you're voting for, and that is the People's Progressive Party Civic. And why are you voting for the People's Progressive Party Civic? Under Dr. Muhammad Irfan Ali, we have reintroduced the one-man bonus for all the joint service officers. Better facilities have been built throughout all the regions so the policemen and women could be better off. You will get them free education, free study at university to better your academic skills. Comrades and friends, this is not no joke. This is serious business. And like all of the other public meetings I spoke at, I keep telling you, the People's Progressive Party will win come September 1st. But it's the margin of victory we're looking at. We got to be militant and vigilant. We can't drop our guards. We need a landslide victory. And the only way we could achieve a landslide victory was with you, the electorate here, casting your ballot on September 1st next to the cup, at the top for the general elections and at the bottom for the regional elections. I'm fed up here about road and bridge. I ain't talking about no road and bridge here tonight. I am telling you why you should vote for the best party in this country. And at the first meeting I said, the People's Progressive Party is a thoroughbred racers. The rest of them is cabas. And you can't put the thoroughbred racers to race with the cabas. So, comrades and friends, your future lies in your hands. And I'm urging and pleading with you here this evening. Wake up early September the 1st, go to the polling station, but before you do so, call your neighbor, call your friend, even the person that is talking him, you call them, and take them to the polling station and vote solidly for the People's Progressive Party Civic. Thank you.
Comrade President, distinguished comrades on stage, comrades all, I bid you a good night. And you know how we do it in South Georgetown. We ready, we what? We ready, we what? We ready, we? Comrades, Comrade President, I have something to tell you. As we were doing our walkabouts in Alexander Village and some of the communities in South Georgetown, I'm pleased to report to you that we will be extending your contract as President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana for at least 5 more years. One good term deserves a what? One good term deserves a... Comrade President, we are here and we are campaigning on track record. We are campaigning on what you have done and what the People's Progressive Party Civic has done. And that is a blessing to the entire Cooperative Republic of Guyana. Comrades all, this afternoon, could you believe this? The President and the Vice President took time off to come and address residents of Alexandra Village and surrounding communities. Is that not leaders that care? Is that not leaders that you deserve? The President just came off of a plane and came straight to Alexander Village. This is the most hard-working man in Guyana. Comrades all, when you speak of tangible development, there's only one political party that you could think of, and that's the People's Progressive Party Civic. I don't want to echo what was said by the speakers before, but could you believe, just for education, I sat with our president and we commissioned 3 schools in Georgetown alone. The St. George's Secondary School, the Christ Church Secondary School, and a brand spanking new Breakdown Secondary School. Is that tangible development? In Region 4 alone, as one speaker said before, in less than 1 month we commissioned 2 regional hospitals and nano-pian hospitals. The President ensured that they built world-class health facilities. Is that not tangible development, comrades? We read or we what? We read or we what? Now I know my brother said he want to talk about roads and bridges, but every day we drive on what? Roads and bridges. Do you see the roads? Do you see the bridges? Who built it? The PPP government. And let me come down a bit further. Not only they were built through the government, they were built by contractors, Guyanese contractors from our communities. So when you speak about prosperity, and what the Honorable Vice President spoke about recently, we are in the era of wealth creation. And the only political party to to keep us on this trajectory is the what? I hear you, man. The Vice President needs to hear you in Freedom House. Comrades all, this is what we speak of. Every day you walk around and people are looking to find excuses with the government that they can't. But every time a Guyanese push the hand in the pocket, what are finding? Money! What President Irfan Ali and the PPPC government has done is remarkable. Coming out of COVID-19, 2 years practically lost in government, they were able to mobilize the resources. They were able to equitably distribute wealth. They were able to strategically use petroleum proceeds to ensure that you have a cash grant in every sector. That you have money in your what? Money in your what? And guess where the cash grants them going? Only where? Only where? Isn't that a caring government? Isn't that a people-centered government led by Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali? Comrades, I stand here before as a former member of the Guyana Defense Force. And I must say, on behalf of members of the Joint Services, thank you, President Ali, for bringing back the 1 month bonus. Not only did he bring back the bonus, but all of the joint services are being modernized, are being professionalized, and we can look forward to our members of the joint service going to those polls on the 22nd of August and voting solidly for the PPPC. Comrades all, I'm concluding, but look around you. Look to your right, look to your left, look in front of you, turn around and look at the back. And I can tell you, you have never seen such a diverse crowd before. The PPPC government is the only government that can unify the entire Guyana. So comrades, remember, come September the 1st, when we're renewing the bus contract, when you look at that ballot paper, where you put in the X, I want you to put a sexy X next to the cup. Are you putting it where? At the wet top? Are you putting it at the bottom? Comrades all, do you love your children? If you love your children, you will vote for the People's Progressive Party Civic. Comrades all, do you love Guyana? If you love Guyana, you will vote for the People's Progressive Party Civic. Comrades all, let's get up on September the 1st and do the right thing and give the People's Progressive Party Civic a second term in office, and hence why my endorsement to His Excellency President Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, the Honorable Brigadier Mark Phillips, and the Honorable Dr. Barrett Jacquio. I thank you all. God bless you all, comrades.